Hey everyone, Joe G with Touch of the Brush Model Weathering, and welcome to this how-to as I show you how I'm going to lay the track for the Evansville Junction. Here we have the junction, and these are the switches that form the junction itself. We have the crossover for the main lines. To the right is the switch that will go for the spur for the Pacific Northwest scene, and then we had the yard lead switch all the way at the far end. What we're going to do is work in sections on each piece of every few feet, and we're going to do it for both main lines together. And so the first step is make sure I have all my materials. We have some flux, and we have some soldering wire, solderer, needle point. It is getting nice and hot, I can tell. We have over here some toothpicks to clean whatever you need to clean off, as well as some rubbing alcohol. What I'm going to do is first hold the track is together, connected, brand new rail joiners. Make sure you have fresh new rail joiners. To me, it's tight. They're very tight, and they hold a lot better than loose rail joiners. And then the second part will be soldering the outside of each rail joiner. So it's easier to do this separated from your from the layout itself. If it's possible to do it, is well worth it. And so you can work in sections. And so we're going to solder each rail joint first. I'm not going to show you how to solder. There's so many videos out there. One of my go-to videos is Ron Marsh's how to lay track and roadbed and on his extension, so you can check that out. He's Ron Marsh and Ron's Trains Things. Also Model Railroad Hobbyist. There's a few videos on Model Railroad Hobbyist, as well as Ken Patterson, What's Neat This Week, or What's Neat from Model Railroad Hobbyist as well, are some of the videos I've learned this from. So here we go. Let's get started with the very first step, which is soldering each individual rail joiner on the outside only. Okay, it took me about 30 minutes to solder all these rail joints, as you can see here on the outside. And when the track is weathered, painted, ballast, you can't tell the difference. And I won't show you how to, but very simple. A little flux, and you use the soldering wire, and you put a little boop, a little dot right in between that joint. Let it dry just a little bit. I mean, let it go for a bit, and then come back and spread it, and it'll spread nice and smooth. So every joint here does have soldering now, and as you can see here, here's where the track is going to be laid, like this. Of course, there will be roadbed, but I have a few more sections to finish before I do that. So I want to continue all the way down that curve up there, excuse me, and do this here. Why? Because I need to make sure the trains can run over here, over through the crossovers onto the next section of main line, and it's good for the feeder wire to be ready to go for that as well. So here's the curve here. Again, we're getting ready for the curve, and it is pretty darn smooth. Much more smooth than the last time. We're going to flip the switch here, see how it goes. Yeah, much better. Oh my gosh, it's so much better already. So hopefully with the feeder wire and everything, the trains will run nice and smooth and less derailments. So there we go. All right, so next step, let me finish up the curve, the main lines on the curve here, and then off the feeder wires. Alrighty, so we have just about from here down about 3 feet, and all the way through here, the junction itself, and the yard lead and the spur lead, branch lead rather, and all the way down there we have the track. It is soldered up until that joint down there. I may redo this piece right here anyway. It needs I think it just needs a better piece of track. I did order new track, so I may put a new one there. And then the next step is to flip this upside down and put the feeder wires on. I thought about doing that underneath, or maybe just attaching it to the side of the rail. I haven't thought about it yet. we get back to that. But in the meantime, this is so far what we have going on here. You can see, look at that curve. It's really pretty, actually. I like it. We'll super elevate it just a bit. And here's it going across the what do you call it, the crossovers into this main line number 2 in the loop. Okay, now we're gonna go straight onto the outside loop. You can see it kind of dips right here. It's not the foam, it's the track. So I probably need to put a new piece of track in there. I'll see what it looks like with the foam on the roadbed first before I do that. And if it doesn't look great and it doesn't work, then I'm replacing it and I'm not gonna even try it. So here you go, here's the outside loop. And we're going into the inside loop. And there you have it. Alright, we're making some progress here, folks. Here is the curve. And the track here is soldered. Got that all the way through here. The next step is going to be testing it out. Probably put some wires on. You can see there, it looks really nice. Nice and smooth. Oh, it's gonna look so nice. Everything is soldered. All the joints are soldered together here. Once it's painted, it won't be as noticeable, but here you go. The next step is testing it. Like I said, we're going to put some wires on temporarily and see how it works going through. I know there are some spots here that were probably, there'll be some dead spots here with the switches, but I just want to see how it looked like coming around the curve and stuff like that. And then we will put the roadbed on and start the feeder wires, and hopefully maybe in the next couple of days we'll have this section wired and running. That way the next step is going all the way around to the other end through here, because it's fairly easy. It's just connecting the flex track and making the curves. The curves will be the hardest part, and I'm going to be super elevating these curves just a bit, using some not duct tape, but some masking tape. A little idea from Ron Marsh and Ron's Trains and Things, and we'll do that here. All right, so let's do the next step. As you can see, here is the roadbed. It is 1/8 inch, 6 millimeter thick, a lot thicker than what you get at the hobby store. And what we'll do is we'll sand it, make sure it's smooth, vacuum it, and obviously sand the sides, so that will make a nice slope for the ballast to create a really nice roadbed. And then after that, we'll place the track right on top and see how it looks. Here is the track that is not temporary, it's temporarily laid, but here it is looking like what it looks like on the roadbed. The next step will go that way, and obviously all the way around. It looks nice. As you can see here on top, I added a light. For $11, I got this LED daylight light. Oh my gosh, it's bright. And they connect. You can connect up to 10 of them. I don't know if I'll use all 10, but definitely using more of those. And for $11, you can't beat it in the LED. So that'll be the next step. Added the fascia board on top, so it covers the lights, and there'll be another one on the other side of the layout. It's a nice little shadow box going on here with the layout, and oh, it's gonna look really nice. So anyway, a little sneak peek there, but here's what the track work looks like right now, and the next step is to see how the trains look. Alrighty, here we go. So here is, gosh, look at that curve. Look how beautiful that looks. I miss curves like these. I'm so excited because this looks so awesome, and it's smooth. It's the smoothest track work I've ever done so far, and still haven't ran it yet, so hopefully it runs well and we'll work those kinks out. But oh my gosh, look at that. Oh, with the crossover, it is super smooth. Goes wrong this way. Here's the, oh yeah, can you imagine those 3 locomotives and like 20-30 cars and just nice smooth. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. This is really cool. Yeah, it's still a little dark here, but once we get we'll get a little light. We're gonna get more lamps in here and stuff like that, but definitely more of these lights above, so it'll look really, really nice. So guys, so far this is what we have here. I appreciate everybody watching. The next video we'll have some wiring and see what we have as far as the layout. I mean, as far as the track work, and see how good it is. Hopefully, I got really, really good hopes for this. All right, until next time, guys, thank you for watching. Joe G with Touch of the Brush Model Weathering. Welcome to the Evansville Junction.